Yo, what's up, Phantom Force? Welcome to another episode of Pokemon Radical Red. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Twitch chat, just for being here with me live today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you do like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that noti bell so you hit up for more episodes in this series. If I do sound weird today, by the way, it's just because I have been messing with my sound settings a lot and I haven't had a chance to EQ myself. So I may be a little muted, but I've got everything else going. So I've got my extender, my limiter, all that kind of stuff, just not the EQ. So it is a little muffled right now, but it's going to make me sound nice and clear pretty soon once I've got time to do that. That should be after this stream today. So sorry for my sound for today, but we do have 2 fights coming up. I wanted to show you guys something very cool that's been happening with this game. Very, very exciting for me. So we just went through planning for May. Blaine, we did the tag battle between Ariana and Archer, then we did Price, then we did Jasmine, then we did Giovanni into our rival, into Brendan. That is 9 insane battles. And then we get to Victory Road, and they are hard battles, but they have 5 Pokemon, you guys. There are no legendaries. They've got 1 Mega and like 1 setup mon, no rocks. This guy's kind of scary, by the way, but these are hard battles. Don't get me wrong. They're like if we were to fight Cynthia in the base games or Steven or whatever. Like, these aren't joke fights, but compared to the gauntlet of crazy boss battles we just went through, it's been kind of nice how easy it's been planning some of these. Not that we are riskless by any means, but the fights, I mean, if you're fighting a Zapdos versus fighting a Galvantula, it's a pretty big difference, right? So we are going to go through some of these. We haven't set foot in the cave just yet. We want to double check our team to make sure our team is correct. And then after that, we are going to do 2 of the fights, and then maybe we'll do a 3rd one today too. All right, we've made it to the first boss battle of this cave. So there are 6 ace trainers in here. So this one, we're fighting, our first one is going to be ace trainer Naomi. She's going to have a mouse hold that has population bomb, bullet seed, beat up, all multi-hit moves, and U-turn to get out of there in case we have something that can beat it super fast, has wide lens to not miss any of these moves. Veluza wants to set up with Fillet Away. It's going to boost its stats crazy and deal a ton of damage to itself, kind of like you would see with Belly Drum kind of deal. And then he hits super hard, super fast. Shedinja has Wonder Guard Focus Sash, so instead of hitting it with 1 flamethrower in its stead, you have to hit it with 2 flamethrowers in its stead. Then we've got Absol, which is just high crit moves, hits super hard, super fast, just like the rest of them in Galvantula. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hit them harder and faster. Honestly, Zamazenta owns Mousehold, has coverage for these other guys. They don't even want to switch in. If Shedinja ever comes in, I'm going to Sand Stream it, so it just goes down. The Focus Sash won't even matter. Shedinja takes, it takes full damage if it gets poisoned, it gets burned, if it gets Sand Stream. So Sand Stream is very deadly to Shedinja, so he can't even go into Shedinja, see that we're going to kill him, and then swap out. By the way, this Shedinja, we would hit him, trigger the Focus Sash, he'd swap out at full health, and then maybe, depending on how it's coded, I'm thinking that the Focus Sash should reset. But it won't matter if we Sand Stream because he won't have a chance to see that happening. And then the other ones are just going to hit harder and faster than they can hit us. So this should be a relatively 1-for-1, hit him, finish him off kind of fight. The Focus Sash on the Galvantula is kind of scary. So I actually brought 2 Pokemon for the Galvantula. This is Victory Road Ace Trainer Naomi, the first of 6. I'm so excited to do these. I wonder if you're good enough for me. If I'm good enough for you, what if you're not good enough for me, Naomi? So this is a mouse hold. I don't think it's going to want to switch out. We gave our Zamazenta a ton of coverage moves. So Steel to cover for the swap to Mega Absol. We've got Bite for the Shedinja. We've got Bite for the Veluza. And for the Galvantula, it could go into Galvantula, but that'd be even better for me because he breaks his Focus Sash. So hopefully he either just stays in on Mousehold or goes to Galvantula. So we body press here. And he does stay in, which means he's just sacking his Mousehold. Great start for us. All right, sick. Very cool. So he does go into the Galvantula, though, which makes sense, right? We don't have a coverage move for that. So this is probably going to be an electric type move because the bug is going to be resisted and then electric is stabbed. So we're just going to go to your Chef Curry, who resists electric type moves. This should be totally fine. If we get parried here, we're still fine. We can swap to Komao, which has a Cherry Berry. If we get parried twice, your Chef Curry also has a Cherry Berry. So it's going to be para, clear it, para,
swap to your Chef Curry, para, clear it again. There's no way. Like, he can't get through 4. He'd have to para every single Thunder, and it still wouldn't be that big of a deal unless we perma full parad. Notice that we have Wish, too. So even if this started going south, we'd be able to Wish. We didn't do enough damage to even trigger his Focus Sash. That's not going to matter. I almost feel like I Wish here. He Volt Switches. Interesting. So that's going to be fine. So whatever takes this hit is going to be at full HP because of this. So here's Shedinja. I'm not sure what Shedinja wants to do to me, but Golem doesn't care either. So we go Golem. So again, this is going to bypass the Focus Sash. So he's not taking direct damage. So the Focus Sash isn't going to trigger. He's at 1 HP, so he can live one singular hit. He Willows me. I'm pretty sure I gave him a Rossberry. I think I did. Yeah. Rossberry on Golem, Cherry on Como and Gudra. Choice Scarf on Togekiss so he can outspeed the Absol. Yeah, and he dies the Sandstream. Bye, Shedinja. So probably what had happened otherwise would he would have Willowed and then swapped out, or Willowed, wait till we hit him and swapped out. But doesn't matter because we have Sandstream. And then here's Veluza. So Veluza sees that we can't do much to him. Actually, we do have an electric type. Oh, no. What we did is I think we just have Volt Switch on Golem. We're not going to risk that though, because he might just straight up go for a water move. So we're just going to go straight to our counter for Veluza, which is Giddy Movin'. So this should be an incoming water type move. We're going to set the sun. So which is very fortunate that Veluza is coming in on Golem, to be honest with you. So here's setting the sun with Orichalcum Pulse. Without Orichalcum Pulse, Giddy Movin' actually is not a great counter to Veluza. But look, we resist and it's in the sun now. And Orichalcum Pulse boosts my physical attacks by 50%. Not only fired, all physical attacks too, which means first impression is actually boosted in this sun. So we first impression here, and it's 1.5x damage times 2 also because Veluza is weak against us, and we're going to obliterate the Veluza. See you later, Veluza. Send him to the Shadow Realm. Goodbye. All right, what's next? They've only got Mousehold and Absol left. So if Absol comes in, this is going to swap us to Togekiss. What is Absol going to want to use? Absol's got Psycho Cut, no big deal. Play Rough, no big deal. Night Slash, and Sucker Punch. So I'm guessing this is Play Rough or Night Slash. I'm hoping Night Slash is probably the best because then we don't risk drop. So we go Togekiss here. We are faster with Choice Scarf. Part of what's been making these Ace Trainers a lot easier to plan, by the way, is our ability to use Choice Scarf, Choice Band, Assault Vest, to be able to Choice Specs, to be able to get past these challenges. And the fact that they have 5 Pokemon, so I can bring 1 extra for backup is kind of nice too. So we're going to lock ourselves in a Moonblast. Honestly, we might be able to just defeat Mousehold. Are we faster than Mousehold? We do take out the Absol. I'm going to check out the Mousehold speed because we might just stay in. Naomi's Mousehold is at 229 speed, and our Togekiss right now, with being Scarfed, I think probably outspeeds him. Yeah, we do outspeed this Mousehold by a lot. And we are Fluffy probably. Okay. All right, so when this Mousehold comes in with Choice Scarf, we are going to outspeed... Oh, it's Galvantula, though. It's not worth it. Let's just go to your Chef Curry. Oh, the Mousehold never chose to swap out, right? It was Galvantula that Volt Switched us. And now he's Volt Switching, which is going to do no damage, and we Flamethrower. He's not even Thundering, so we can't get parried anyway. So you just take him out with the Flamethrower, and there we go. There's the first battle. Like I said, I felt very confident, very good about this fight. Sorry that you guys have to watch it with my muted voice, but I promise I'm going to sound nice next time. I lost out. I never wanted to lose to anybody, especially to a younger kid. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. We already pushed some rocks. Let's go set up for the next fight. All right, we're going to do this next fight. So we just beat Victory Road Ace Trainer Naomi, which means Rolando's next. Rolando's team. The scariest part is the Shed Shell Cyclizar. So we're leading Zamazenta again. Zamazenta I gave Wild Charge now, though. So Zamazenta with Play Rough is super effective against Flygon. Wild Charge against Crobat. Wild Charge against Kingler. And with Iron Head against Hatterene. So my goal is for him to stay in Cyclizar. We are faster. If he swaps out on Cyclizar to sack something, then we're going to be able to swap, kill it, but then Cyclizar might come back in, and then we're going to have to deal with Shed Shells. So I'm going to have to guess what he wants to swap into from Cyclizar. So if he goes swap out on Cyclizar, I'm thinking I'm going to swap into the counter, kill it. He swaps back into Cyclizar, and then I'm going to have to figure out, like, do I attack Cyclizar? or do I swap into Zamazenta to kill Cyclozar? So probably I attack to break the shed shell. That's the shed tail. So how shed tail works, it's like a Pokemon using the substitute ability, but it swaps them out. So he'll substitute for Flygon to Dragon Dance, or he'll substitute for Crobat to use Nasty Plot. And if you notice, every single one of their Pokemon has Calm 9, Swords Dance, Nasty Plot, and Dragon Dance. So that's their gimmick. So I'm leading Zamazenta, and I'm hoping he has Regenerator, which means as he's swapped out from Shed Tail, he gets his health back. So my goal is for him to not be willing to swap out because Zamazenta has coverage on all these other Pokemon. We do have backups and we have 1-for-1s to counter all of these guys. But his main gimmick is the Cyclozar Shed Tailing, healing himself by switching out from the Shed Tail, boosting on that other Pokemon, and then sweeping my team. And then if I kill that finally, then him just doing it again. So I imagine every Pokemon I kill will swap back into Cyclozar. We've got a pretty strong team. It's pretty much full of choice specs and expert belts. The only cheeky thing is we've got Person Berry on Bravery to dodge a confusion if we need to go on Braviary. It's not even the main Pokemon. It's our backup. So the rest of these guys are 1-for-1 for countering their Pokemon. Let's see if Rolando goes down as easy as Naomi did. These are very hard fights. They're just not as hard as the ones we just did, but they are still dangerous. Hopefully you guys like it. Let's do it. All right, Rolando, let's see what you got. I can see you're good. Let me see exactly how good. All right, bro. I need you to stay in on this Cyclozar. If this Cyclozar stays in right now, this is going to be extremely easy. If Cyclozar swaps out, not even shed tailing, if he just straight hard swaps out, then this is going to get extremely difficult. So as long as he stays in, it will be extremely easy. Okay. All right. So it worked. Zamazenta having the coverage moves means that he chose not to swap out. We outspeed him anyway. Or just like U-turn, they never swap out if they have U-turn. They always try to U-turn out. There's a chance that the AI tried to shed tail just now and that it didn't work. So there could have been some of that too. Same thing, Volt Switch, U-turn, flip turn, Volt Switch. The AI chooses that over hard swapping out. So maybe that's what we just saw. Not sure. I guess there's no way to know. But we are going to go to our counter for Crobat, which is going to be Goodra. We have Braviary just in case Goodra doesn't handle this well. Goodra's the main Pokemon for this. We're going to just T-Bolt him. It should take him down. We did lock ourselves into choice specs. So this is the problem. If this Hurricane right here confuses, let's see. Okay, it didn't. So if it had confused, then we were going to swap to Braviary. If that confused, we'd Person Berry and still attack him. So it didn't confuse. We can T-Bolt here. He Heat Waves us. And Heat Wave is neutral damage. It burned. We're a special attacker. That does nothing. Just takes a little extra damage. And T-Bolt with choice specs will one-shot Crobat. We did need the choice specs. A little bulkier. Honestly, Crobat taking a T-Bolt from Goodra was kind of shocking. But we do take some burn damage off of that. And here's Flygon. This team, I planned for quite a while. Not long like our crazy hard boss battles before this, but we did have to come up with a lot of backup plans in case the Cyclozar did start getting off shed tails. But I was hoping that we wouldn't have to resort to that, and we didn't. So he Dragon Dances here. Expert Belt, Huge Jelly is going to give this guy his Huge Jelly, and he's going to Ice Shard him. So we're faster because Ice Shard. Just insta-delete him if he stays in. He does. I've also noticed that once they've set up, they do not like to swap out. So any kind of Fillet Away, Dragon Dance, any kind of nasty plots, they don't really swap out after that. This guy's Water Steel because this is Mega Kingler. This is G-Max Kingler. So they turn that into a Mega in this game, which makes him Water Steel type instead of just Water type. And Water Steel Kingler does not want to eat a Brick Break from Golisopod. This is the same idea, by the way, as when we did the last battle. The same thing as we did with Reverse Impression against the Veluza. This is going to be Orichalcum Pulse, which means 1.5 times damage on my Brick Break against this Kingler. Kingler does tend to be physically bulky, but this Kingler cannot take the 4-level advantage. So us having leftovers even on this fight was enough. So we didn't even have to go Expert Belt to be able to defeat him. We even went Impish instead of Adamant. So this guy is not that tanky. He Swords Dances again. Very overconfident. Does that mean he lives a hit? Ooh, did I calc this right?
You serious?
Uh-oh. Hold on. Did I get myself into trouble? Kingler, and we go to Rolando, and he's +4, and he's faster than us.
1 hour later.
Okay, yo, we did plan this out, by the way. That scared me for a second, but the only thing that could kill us is if he high roll crit with Crab Hammer without Orichalcum Pulse. With Orichalcum Pulse up, he can only max do at +4, 89.5% on a crit with close combat. So I did plan that out. Yeah, so here's the close combat. Interesting. Yeah, so crit wouldn't have been able to take us out there. Nice. And then we brick break him. This is going to do crazy high damage because he just dropped his defense. So he goes down there. So I did plan that out. I am the one, the way your son don't need. So here's the sunlight. Like I said, these fights. So normally it took me like anywhere between like 2-3 hours and 6 hours to plan out the other 9 fights that we just did. These have been like 45 minutes to an hour calc. So it's been quite a bit faster and looser. We're going to swap to Noivern here. Let's go Noivern. We outspeed with Spirit Shackle, and I don't think he can one-shot me with anything. So he Mystical Fires here. This is resisted, and it drops special attack, which is not going to be useful for him. And then we're going to be able to Spirit Lock here. Spirit Lock is Spirit Shackle. Yep. We Spirit Shackle. One-shots Hatterene. We've one-shot a bunch of Hatterenes on this run with Zuzu very safely. And there goes Rolando. So we are 2 for 2 on the Ace Trainers. These do feel much, much safer, and which is nice. It's a nice break, especially before probably the 30 hours or whatever it's going to take for me to be able to plan the Elite Four. This is Ace Trainer George, this guy. So he's got an Executor, Chlorophyll. It doesn't have Sun, though, which is odd because then Chlorophyll Executor is not that good. He's kind of slow and just gets one shot by any ice moves. I don't know if he's gonna, the AI swaps a lot. So I tried to give my Baxcalibur coverage to make sure nothing else swaps in against him. Like this thing gets owned by ice, this thing gets owned by ice. If this comes in, I'll be okay. So it'll probably just swap out or just get one shot the Dawn Fan. And if it does come back in, I'm pretty safe to just go to Togekiss and then back to Baxcalibur. So, or into really anything. The Executor is not really an issue. The Dawn Fan gets 1v1 by Guja pretty handily. Cloyster, I'm gonna depending on what I'm going to, I'm gonna either swap into our Komao, or if I don't think Rock Blast or Liquidation will for sure be baited, then we're going into Avalugg into Cloyster. There's an extra team slot member, so I brought 2 Pokemon for that. The Mienshao is getting 1v1 by Togekiss, and Pinsir gets wrecked by Noivern. So this should be pretty manageable. Hopefully it doesn't go poorly, but let's do it. This is our team. I'll give you a quick look. We got Baxcalibur, Gudra, Komao, Togekiss, Noivern, Avalugg, the usual members. Marymel making a guest appearance for the squad, and let's do it. I heard rumors of a child prodigy. That is us. We are except for we're not children anymore, but we can be the child prodigy in this game at least. Let's see. Ace Trainer George is sending out his Executor. It'd be so nice of him if he just let his Executor go down, though. That would be super duper sick. Let's see. He's hanging upside down. Maybe he's dizzy. Maybe he doesn't want to swap out.
What?
We gave Rock Slide so that way hopefully he doesn't want to go Cloyster. We didn't really have anything against the Mienshao, so if he does want to swap out, it's probably going to be to the Mienshao. Hopefully it just doesn't happen. So he does swap out, which is unfortunate. That's weird. I assume that was impossible with Rock Slide. Then he wants to either use Icicle Spear because it's stab and he's got Skill Link, or he's going to want to Rock Blast because it's super effective, or he's going to want to Shell Smash. If he Icicle Spears, it's going to be a disaster. So what we need to do now is we need to go to Avalugg. If he does Shell Smash, I've never seen them ever Shell Smash Dragon Dance boost in any way and then swap out. So we kind of have him locked if he Shell Smashes because then he's not going to want to swap out. Let's see what he does. Okay, so it would have been safe to go to Komao, but on the chance that he used Icicle Spear, it would have been kind of GG's. I'm shocked that happened, that he went to Cloyster. That's kind of weird. And also then he didn't attack. So I could have just Rock Slid a couple of times and it would have been over. That's annoying, but it's okay. So we can still swap to Komao here. And if he Shell Smashes, it's safe. If he's not going to Icicle Spear, which is the only danger here, we'll see what he wants to do. And he does Shell Smash a second time, which is really embarrassing for him. We one-shot this guy with Komao, and we have Vacuum Wave. So we actually went a special set. We went Choice Specs for plus special damage, plus defense, and Vacuum Wave. So Vacuum Wave at this level with +1 level difference on him actually one-shots him. So we were thinking we were going to tank a Rock Blast, but didn't even have to do that. Let's go. Feels so good. Oh, and he stays in too. I don't know why he swapped a Cloyster. We probably should have just Rock Slid for... No, because we couldn't have taken a Dragon move on Baxcalibur if Executor stayed in. So here's Pinsir. This is going to be a flying move. He doesn't see that he's Aerialate yet, though, which means he doesn't have a flying move. So this is not a flying move. He sees that he has normal moves, Bug is resisted, and Close Combat. So I think Close Combat does highest damage here, actually. And he doesn't see himself as flying type anyway. So this is likely either Double Edge or Close Combat, but probably Close Combat. Either way, I'm not sure that it matters. We're going to go Noivern Rock Slide and one-shot him anyway. Let's go Noivern. Noivern, of course, has coverage in case something wants to swap in or out. We don't have coverage for Donphan on Noivern, however, so it's likely going to either let itself go down to Rock Slide or go to Donphan. Here's the Double Edge, which is Aerialate, which is why it hit us. We would have lived crit. Let's see. It could go... We have dual Wing Beats for coverage for the Mienshao, and Cloyster's already gone. Donphan, which is why we had Rock Slide. Donphan could come in here. Let's just see what happens. We outspeed him, though. He does let us Rock Slide. That's cool. Okay, so he lets his Mega go down. Very nice. So now we've got Mienshao and Donphan left. We got +1 attack, but that doesn't actually matter. Here's Donphan. We outspeed Donphan. He's got leftovers. This is going to be a knockoff angle for him. So we U-turn here, and we go to Gudra. He's running out of options. This guy is a little bit more difficult than the last few that we've been fighting, but we can just stick in. So our options here are we could Giga Drain or start wishing up and make sure that whatever... I think it's fine. We just Giga Drain. I don't think we need to wish up. Oh, he has another Pokemon left. Oh, we didn't kill the Executor. I need to remember that. Okay, so we do get to stay in. No, we're going to swap out still. We're going to go to Togekiss. Togekiss destroys this guy. Honestly, I hope Donphan doesn't come in next. It'd be really nice if Executor came in against Togekiss, because then we can't get hit by Dragon Pulse. All right, so this guy can't do literally anything. He just minus his defenses too. So embarrassing. So we're going to Air Slash this. We could Reflect, which doesn't do anything to Executor, and Donphan doesn't matter. He's going to knock off. That doesn't... I mean, it's going to do nothing. We lose our leftovers, but you can see we only took like 20 damage or whatever. He only did like 10% damage. So don't be Executor. Okay, it is Executor. So Executor has Sleep Powder. This can't be Dragon Pulse. This can't be Giga Drain. So this is either Flamethrower or Sleep Powder. I kind of want to stay in and Air Slash once. So that way Juliet's the one that goes to sleep. And if he Flamethrowers, we're fine. This is Primal Armor, right? Not Fluffy. It is Fluffy, actually. Okay, we're going to have to calc. One sec.
A few moments later.
Dang, being Fluffy is rough here. We are at 89%. So in the worstest of case scenarios, we can die here. What's another option? Who finished their fight? Jock Salvate's done, right? Can we go Komo-o? We could go Zuzu. What if he just doesn't sleep us? I feel like we just attack him. Oh, but we could die. I kind of want Juliet. Oh, we can Roost. Okay, actually, wait. New idea. We can Roost. This is safe. All right. We figured it out. We can't die while roosting. Now we can get put to sleep. Perfect. Okay. All right, now I'm asleep. Now it has to be a fire move. And as long as he doesn't burn, we're safe. And if it does burn, we'll see what happens. So this has to be a fire move. We could go back to Baxcalibur. And then we can run this back again. Yeah. Okay, let's make sure Baxcalibur doesn't die now. To crit of anything. Doesn't matter if Dragon Pulse crits, because it can't Dragon Pulse. So it's 44.6% on high roll crit. Okay, so we go Baxcalibur here now that we put Togekiss to sleep. Nice. Let's do it. Okay, so he Flamethrowers. No burn means we just kill this thing. No burn. Sick. Okay, now we Icicle Crash. Perfect. Okay, we crit. We didn't need to. That was full damage anyway. And he goes down. Here's the Donphan, and we can just go Gudra and win. He can't do anything. We're just even using speed up. This is Gudra. This thing's over. I don't think there's anything that can happen. Yep, he knocks us off. Doesn't matter. We just Gudra, Giga Drain, and it's over. Okay, we got through the scary part, which was that Executor coming back in. The rumors were true. So it was you who beat Giovanni of Team Rocket? It was me. It was me. So now we can get to this rock. We should Pokevile up first. We don't know where the other trainers are either.
All right, you guys, with that one, we're going to wrap up this episode, but thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here with me live today, Twitch chat. Also, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that noti bell down below so you're hit up for more of my content. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.